Rushden and Diamonds, and to non-league football, well, it's just breathtaking, really, isn't it? One day this team will be a league side. I've absolutely no doubts about that.
Hello guys, and welcome to a brand new season with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. We are back. It is the start of a brand new season and we are in League One for the first time. And as I've sort of said before, this is quite a momentous occasion, not just for us in the story of our own personal journey with our manager Stephen, my dad, but in Rushden and Diamonds. This is pretty much, if I go back to the history, you'll see here, this is as far as Rushden got, original Rushden and Diamonds, so the ones that were owned by Max Griggs, back in the sort of 90s to the early 2000s. And this is the highest they got, and it was really at this point after here that they had the downturn. And as you can see, they sort of finished and got relegated and just ended up sort of falling down until they went under. And then re-emerged a couple of years later as AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and then obviously here is where we've taken them over, and we've done really well. 2 seasons where we had to sort of, or 3 seasons where we had to sort of, use our time to build up to get above into the next league and everything like that. But 2 firsts on the trot there, absolutely brilliant for us. And it's a momentous occasion really, but it's going to be such a difficult one, and I believe this season will be all about survival. So this season, anything above as 20th or whatever it is to above the relegation will be an absolute brilliant for us, absolutely fine. And as I said before, it's a brand new season, so this does mean we have got some brand new players. Connor Roos, I'm just trying to get him on loan, a central defender who can play right across the back actually if we need him to. Really good sort of mentals, quite decent sort of technicals in the areas that matter, the tackling and the marking and the heading. Okay strength, jump reach, physical wise, should do a good job for us as well, and just give us that little bit of cover in the defence. But we have made some signings. Jake Flanagan has left as well, got some money for him, and as you can see we made a few signings. So we've got Robbie Muddyman for free. He's a right sort of midfielder. I think he'll do a decent job. Might not have his physicals are fantastic, might not be sort of anywhere else sort of extraordinary, but I think he's a decent all-round player for us and should do a good job out on that right-hand wing. And again, he is a young player. There is a good chance that he could improve, and I think a lot of these could end up being maybe 11, 12s, even 13s possibly. So hopefully he will improve for us, and as you can see, he's got the potential to be a 5-star player. So I'm really happy with him. We've got a couple of loans as well. Jake Wilson out on the right as well, plays more of an attacking sort of on the right, but again he's got really good physicals. His mentals aren't too bad, and he's not too bad in the technical areas, but we were really struggling. I'll show you why we were struggling to find players in a minute, but I think he'll do a decent job as a sort of backup between him and Muddyman. We've got a striker as well, Chris Manning, on loan from Bournemouth. Looks really good. It's done really well for us in the pre-season, as you can see there, 7 appearances, 7 goals. Absolutely fantastic. I think he'll do a good job. Between him and the 2 Browns, we should be absolutely fine. We've got 2 left midfielders next. We've got French and Davis. Both of them reasonably good. Sort of, French can play anywhere down the line there. Again, great physicals, not too bad sort of on the technicals or the mentals, and I just think he'll be a half decent player for us. Davis as well can play sort of a bit more central if we need him to. Again, great physicals. His attributes aren't too bad. Could maybe do a little bit better on, say, the passing or something like that. But I think overall should be a very good player for us and should do a decent job. The last guy we got in is a new goalie. I call him Elias because I can't really. Elias Mafia Sibutu, I think I'm not sure. He's Moroccan anyway. I call him Elias. And I think he's absolutely fantastic goalie for us and should do a really good job. Got really good sort of goalkeeping attributes already. Mentals could do maybe a tiny bit of work on, but his physicals look fantastic as well. And at 26 years old, he's in his prime for goalkeeping and could be the goalie we need for the next 3 or 4 seasons. It may be even longer, depending on how the season goes. With the central defender we're looking to get in as well. I think that's really sort of everything. We might try and get a midfielder in. It depends on who we can find. I was trying to find Zach Knott from last season, but unfortunately he doesn't want to come to us. He thinks he's too good, which probably is the truth. He was probably our best player overall. If we go to release players, you'll see we have released a few of them. A couple of names you might recognise: Kennedy, Fitzpatrick, Bonzi, Masamba and Kildare. None of them really played last season. They were there just sort of to help cover. And yeah, none of them. I don't want to really might have kept with Masamba, but he didn't really want to sign a new contract, unfortunately. A couple of people going in for Billy Brown as well, but we're trying to hold them off. They're all sort of loan deals and that sort of stuff. So overall, not too bad. And I think that's pretty much everything. Finances are looking okay. We're starting to move up a little bit, but we do need to obviously try and keep this trend going. We really want to make some money, because once we start making money, we can start bringing some big players in, and that should really help. The other thing we've got to do obviously is our reputation, and I would have shown you this screen quite a few times before. If I go to the England clubs, I've shown you this before, but I'll show you it again. You know, this is the normal thing. So you've got your big Premiership sides. As you can see, you've got your top sort of 6 there. No surprise who would be the highest reputation clubs. You've got, you know, then you've got your rest of your Premiership sides. Then you've got your Championship sides, as you'd expect. It all comes down. Then you'd have your League One sides, and you might get a little, like near the bottom, you'll get a little bit of a mixture. You have some of the big League One sides like Villa and Leeds, who would be up there with the Championship, and as you would expect. But you keep coming down, and then you get to the League Two sides, and there's all the League Two sides, and again you might have a couple that swap around with a few, but we're still not anywhere near here. And there we are, sort of pretty much smack down with the bottom of the League Two sides of reputation. So this means it's very hard for us to get players who are, you know, good enough to be in League One. And you can understand that we really do need to start boosting up this reputation. Especially need to try and get to a national reputation, maybe 2.5 to 3 stars. We will get there, and you get there by getting some players, you know, doing well in the leagues and getting that, building up your name. But it takes time, unfortunately. So I think this is going to be a season, maybe even 2 seasons, where we're just working our way up the league. Try and save off relegation, then maybe mid-table, and then go for promotion. But we'll do our absolutely best. We're going to try and obviously get promoted as quick as possible, but we need to do it in the right way as well. And I think that is pretty much everything to go by. Squad-wise, we're looking okay. The only issue we've got is Max Spouton, who is injured for the moment. Logan's injured as well, actually. He's out only for a few days. Logan's back almost immediately. So overall, not too bad. And as you look, I mean, if you look at our squad overall on the ability side, we've got a lot of 3-star players. A couple of sort of 2.5 to 3-star players, and a few 4-star. I think overall we've got a very good balanced squad. We haven't particularly got many superstars, but I think we've got a squad that can do well, and I think we can survive relegation, and that is the big thing. So if you look at the teams here, there's some big sides in this league. You've got like Villa, Leeds, Sunderland are there, Peterborough, you know, some Portsmouth are there as well. There's some really big teams, and obviously if we go to the season preview, we are smack down bottom of that. We've been experiencing that for pretty much most of this whole save. You know, AFC Rushden and Diamonds are not the most recognisable of reputations and that, and you would expect this. You know, Bristol Rovers are there with us as well, looking like they might go down, and you'd expect some of this. Hartlepool actually, funny enough, above us, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll survive, and then we can start working our way up. And I think that's pretty much everything to go through. So we're going to get into the game, which is against Crewe today. It's going to be a very tough game against Crewe. I think this is going to be a game. Really, I'm going to just change this round. I'm going to bring this sort of formation back. Sometimes I feel this might be a little bit better, especially as well as we're going to probably need to be on the counter. So we've got a bit more cover. I think this will do us a lot better. But yeah, this is going to be a really difficult game against Crewe, one of the probably better sides in the league as well. But if we can get a good result here, it will kick off our season really well, and I think it could, you know, yeah, it could just give us sort of like the boost we need at the start of the season. And we'll see how it goes. It should be okay, but we'll quickly get into it all anyway. Let's go on, because I'm just starting to waffle a bit and it's all a bit boring. And we'll give them the passionate talk. We'll give them a bit more of a passionate talk, try and get that morale right up there, and kick off and see how we get on. Like I said, we're away from home, so that doesn't even help us again, but obviously this is a perfect opportunity for us to really see how we match up against some of the other teams. As we get into it, first few minutes, obviously Crewe are going to have quite a few shots. We are on the counter. We can turn that into control if we need to. But with 15 minutes gone, it's not going too bad at all at the moment. But Crewe do have a corner now, and they put the ball in. We do just about get rid of it. Nash, though, with the ball now, what's he going to do with it? It's sort of going the wrong way, which is good for us. But they're going to get a chance maybe to get a cross in here. They do. But a bit of good tackle there, but we can't really keep it, and the keeper saves it very well for us. We'll make that change. So Crewe have had more ball possession, obviously they will have, and we're going to go on to the control. I feel we need to really start getting ourselves back into it. Brown with the ball now, can he do anything? He gives it to Muddyman. Muddyman now comes forward, gives it to Grimshaw, who gives it out to Manning. Manning now has got a little bit of room, but they've kept their shape really well, and we've got to really try and make our passing work, but we don't there, and it's a chance for Crewe to come forward. In back here with the ball, is that the, it must be the in back here as well. I think plays, is it Wolves he plays for in real life at the moment? 30 minutes gone now, and it's still 0-0, but Crewe are actually giving us a lot of problems, and we've got to be so careful here. They put another ball in, we just clear it, but they're going to get a chance here maybe, and he knocks it over, and it's still 0-0. And if we can get into half time at 0-0, I will be really happy. We're going to go back to the counter. Nash though is getting a bit of the ball. Grimshaw's taken the knock. Actually, we're going to need to change that. We'll bring on Ray Grant. We'll confirm that, and when we go to the tactics quickly, and we'll just put Grant up front a little bit more. Deep line defend. Confirm those changes. And what did we miss there? It looks like it's a corner for Crewe again, and pretty much it's going to come into half time 0-0. But you've got to say Crewe have absolutely been dominating the game. Maybe that's something we should expect away from home. I'm not quite sure. We'll say to the boys, well, what can we say? I'm pleased to see us keep it up. Everyone looks delighted. Good. Let's see how we get on with this second half. If we can hold that second half, maybe even pinch a goal, you never know what could happen. As we just start, nothing really happening at the moment. What happened to Grimshaw? What injury did he get? Potential thigh injury. But yeah, nothing really happening for the first 15 minutes at the moment. And we are maybe trying to get back into this a bit. Manning now with the ball, gives it to Lundstrom. Lundstrom now, what's he going to do there? Knocks it out to Handstrom. Handstrom now to Davis. Davis to Lundstrom. We're sort of passing it around nicely, but we need to create something here. Manning with the ball, gives it out to Handstrom. Handstrom to Davis, to Grant. Grant to Manning. Manning to Brown. Brown to Manning. Manning with a shot. Get in there, Manning. Manning with the goal. We are 1-0 up in our first game in League One. Manning, a lovely little bit of worked ball there. Passing it really well. Sort of, you know, triangles here, there, and everywhere. Brown gets the ball. Great pass to Manning, and Manning gets ahead and gets a pretty much free shot on goal. Just has to get it past the keeper. 1-0. Get in there. Absolutely fantastic. 66, 67 minutes gone, but now it's Crewe's chance to come forward, and maybe they'll get an equaliser here. As they put the ball in, we do clear it just about, but Moncourt's got it now. Gives it to Nash. Nash to Watmore. Watmore gets a cross in, but we just about clear it, but we can't clear it that far. And it's again Watmore with the ball. We put a cross in, and Nash gets there, and they do find the equaliser pretty much straight away. That's a bit of a shame. I thought we were defending so well. We just couldn't clear the ball though. And they had the opportunities a few times. A great little pass there, actually. A little good cross. And Nash gets on the end of it. And with 20 minutes to go, it is 1-1. And we would say they deserve to have a goal, really. We can't really say they don't. Davis now with the ball. What's he going to do? Gives it to Lundstrom. Lundstrom to Grant. Out to Manning, who picked up a yellow card at some point, to Brown. Brown with the ball now. What's he going to do with it? Gives it to Mudman, but Mudman doesn't really pay attention, and it gets dispossessed. And somehow they're in there, back ahead, but the keeper saves it. Great save by the keeper, and it's a corner to Crewe. And they are really starting to punish us here, but another good save. We're going to have to make a few changes, I feel. Hunstrup not playing particularly, was looking pretty tired, and so is Warren. I mean, the whole team is looking quite tired. We haven't really got anyone who can play there at the moment for us, so they're going to have to stay. Muddyman is not playing great. We'll bring on Wilson for him. Who else is not playing great? Davis is not playing great, but we haven't got anyone who can play out on the left at the moment. We can put Grant out on the left though, and we can bring Cleverly on in the centre. That should do us okay. And we'll see how we get on. 15 minutes left to go. I'll be happy with a 1-1 draw. It'll be a good start to the season with sort of 10 minutes left to go. 5 minutes now. We might even have a chance here. Brown with the ball puts it in, but he can't really do anything, and it's actually Crewe who might be able to counter. Crewe get it out wide to Watmore. Watmore coming down, puts a deep cross in, somehow finds Harlot, and they get a goal. And with 5 minutes left, they have scored on the counter. Basically, they caught us on the counter and have managed to get a goal. Watmore here has done brilliantly. Good run, great pass there. Finds Harriet is it? And who puts the ball in, and we go 2-1 down. We were doing so well. I mean, you look at the stats, you'd say Crewe do fully deserve the win, but I was hoping we would have been able to hold on. They've got a corner now, and we do save it, and that is pretty much going to be time, surely. And I think we have lost this, but a really good effort I felt by the lads. A really good effort. I mean, Watmore probably the best player, I would have said, for either team. Yeah, and as you can see, he got a 9 and man of the match with 2 assists. It was absolutely brilliant for them. What can we say apart from I can't fault you? He gave it everything. Everything's gone down well. It is a shame we lost it, but I did think we could have done a little bit better. And we're still gelling a little bit, so yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's stuff to build on, and that is the main thing. And a couple of other players coming in should really help as well. Just disappointing collapse. How long's 3 to 4 weeks? Grimshaw out. That's not good news for us. Goalie makes debut and the league. We are down to 15th in the league. Not too bad though with the first loss. I mean, look at some of the teams who are below us, and I think we're in good company after one game. Not too bad at all. Schedule wise, when are we going to come back? We are going to come back for... When should we come back? We should come back for... you know what, we'll come back for the Sheffield United game. We'll get a couple of games under our belt. We'll come back for the Sheffield United game, and then we can have a nice, maybe big gap up to something like the Sunderland game after that. So I will see you for the Sheffield United game. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please remember to sub and like. It really does help me, and I do appreciate everyone who does that. Yeah, as always, it's been a pleasure, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now, guys.